Water is vital to all of our bodies. Water is so important. Not only does it make up a huge portion of our body, but it also carries everything in our body, right? So everything that you're intaking is then being carried by the water that you're putting in your body. Now, if you're putting low quality water in your body, you're absorbing those things and you're not doing your body justice. You're not serving yourself well when you're being intentional with your foods, being intentional with your supplements, being intentional with what you're putting in your body, but not being intentional with your water. You're wasting your time. This water machine that I'm sending all of our water through, it does three main things. First, it filters. It filters out PFAS, it filters out any chemicals, it filters out pretty much everything outside of minerals, so you're not losing that mineral intake. Secondly, it ionizes, so it changes the pH. You press a button, and it's going to change the pH, increases or decreases the pH as you wish. So we're able to use this water for drinking. We're also able to use this water for cleaning because we can then produce the 2.5 pH water as well. But it's doing that through electrolysis, not by adding toxins into your water. And then thirdly, it electrolyzes. It produces electrolyzed reduced water, which this is able to penetrate your cells, so you're hydrating your body at a cellular level. When we allow the water to penetrate our cells, to hydrate us at that cellular level, we're then able to move those nutrients through our body a lot more efficiently. And get this, when we hydrate our cells, we're restoring the cells. We then do not have damaged cells. You know what feeds on damaged cells? Cancer. We all have cancer. It's just a matter of us, are we feeding that cancer or are we starving that cancer? And when we have improper cells, when we have damaged cells, we're feeding that cancer. But when we hydrate those cells, when we renew those cells, when we don't have damaged cells in our bodies, we're not feeding that cancer. We actually drink 9.5 pH water exclusively. We do not drink water if it's less than that. And the reason for this is parasites feed on low pH. So when you're drinking water, usually it's at, like if you drink a bottle of Dasani water, it's usually like an 8 or even a 7.5 pH, sometimes lower, which is really bad for your gut microbiome. But when you're drinking or intaking this low pH water, you're feeding parasites. Parasites cannot feed on an increased pH. So when we drink that 9.5 pH water, we're not feeding parasites, we're actually starving them. I recognize that I come off as a water snob, and I recognize that this machine is an investment. I'm not trying to negate that at all, but it is a lifetime machine. You're only going to buy one of these and you're never gonna have to buy another one again. And water is everything. Water is everything. It doesn't matter what supplements you buy, it doesn't matter what food you buy, it doesn't matter what intentional decisions you're making for your body. If you're putting water in your body, it negates all of those things. And so investing in a high quality water machine that's going to last a lifetime then improves all of those areas of your life. Water is the root of literally everything. Literally everything. What's kind of crazy, and we've talked about this before, is that my husband is so much more holistic than I could ever think of being, and that really comes from his childhood. So he actually had one of these machines in his home. His mom had a machine, and it was normal for him. He grew up drinking this water, and so when we got married, he mentioned it and he said, you know, let's buy this machine. And I said, no way, no, not important. And he kept pushing. Now we're 7 years into marriage, and nearly 8 years into marriage, and he convinced me finally last year that we needed to buy this machine, because as a kid he noticed the difference that it made in his life. He knows how valuable good top of the line water is, and that wasn't something that he was willing to negotiate for his children. So for many years he's been trying to convince me, and I finally, once I actually did the research, I was like, oh my goodness, how did we wait so long?